Hi, so today I'm going to be going over my final project for CS50, which I made a website that can kind of record your daily activity by the user actually inputting their own text about what they felt about their day. And then the second part that has a Python code to actually take a text file that you download from the website, then it goes through it line by line, uses a sentiment or emotion AI to go through the file, which is through the parallel dots API, then outputs a file with this analysis and the entry all together. So that's what I'm going to go through. So here we're in the terminal. For the Flask run. This is just going to my application.py, which is where everything for my website is, and then all the actual information for my website is within static, so this project is, those are all the files that refer to my project. So here we're just going to open that, and then we're just going to, we don't really need that, so we're just going to have a blank. Yeah, so here I wanted to show you what it would be like to register. So if you were to register, you can just put in like, just do a CNF, and then put in a password, then log in. Yeah, great. So here I have a little common photo. I used I really like this color, so I put this color. And then I have little buttons here that actually don't do anything. Their purpose is to give the user just something they can do mindlessly. So this is a really nice teal color, and you just click it, and when you do, it actually gives a little surrounding, and you could go through this, which I used this using Bootstrap, but I had to figure out how to not make it actually a button. So it's just a nice little feature, little activity. So to the actual point of the website, if we were to type here, we could say something about our day. Recording a video right now. Also, the weather is nice. I don't know. It's actually cold, but we'll just say that. And then you can go here to edit day. And if you were to edit, you would be shown what you already wrote, and then you actually just have to put more, if you put more text here, it'll add it to the previous text, so you don't have to worry about copy pasting it, so it's all there, it'll automatically put them together. So you can say, hi there. You do have to check the checkbox though, or it'll remind you that you have to check the checkbox. When you submit that, it'll say success. And then let's say I wanted to add another day. If you wanted to add another day, if you go, this is another day, it actually won't let you because I made the feature so that you can only put one entry today per day to make it more simple. But it'll also tell you what you just wrote so you don't lose that, and then you could copy paste this like that. So I just copied it, and then if I were to go to edit day, you would go here. You'd have to edit it, and then you could just copy it, do this again, and it'll essentially just do that for you. And so then you can go to history. In history, you'll see the date and the entry, and it has the first thing I wrote, the second thing I wrote, and then the third thing I wrote. So it's all there. And finally, you could also do delete day, but I didn't want it to be too easy for the user, just because ideally they would be able to reflect on this later on, and so it's kind of hard if you just have a checkbox that automatically selects everything and then deletes everything and you can't really get the information back. So I made it via this way, and you can also select none to kind of more discouragement on deletion, and it'll just tell you that you selected none, otherwise it would tell you success. I could delete this. Yeah, let's delete it because I don't really need this. So if you did do this, it'll tell you success, and you'll no longer see it. Sad. You can also change your password, but it'll just prompt you to a new password, and you can change it. But for purposes of showing the download feature, I'm going to actually use show because I have 2 entries in there. So here we have the buttons again. History, I have 2 entries in this one. I have other accounts with more entries, but for this one, it's just the easiest. And then we could do the download feature that'll actually download the file. So it's downloading right now. And I could take this file, put it there, then go here, input it here. Well, actually I already inputted it, but I'm going to input it again. So essentially this and entries 2, which I just put in, have the same exact information. I just already had it to show you guys easier. And now if we go, we're just going to close that terminal because we don't need it anymore. This was the entirety of the website aspect. It was just collecting the information from the user and then giving them a text file to actually download. And now with this text file, they can do other things. So for the next part, you have to go into an environment. And this is through the code entryanalyze.py, which is here. Just a quick look at my code. Here it is. Great. And the part that you could change is right here with the parallel dots. Whoop. You can actually, nice. Oh, I'm lost. You can change this part right here to be either sentiment, emotion, sarcasm, or many other things. That's kind of just what you can use. For purposes here, I wanted to give the user automatic access to emotion, but if they did have this Python file, they could change it to anything else. Now just a quick introduction to actual parallel dots itself. This is the sentiment analysis, so it would tell you positive or negative, and such as that. You can also look at the emotion analysis. That'll, for example, this. If I were to analyze this, it would give you these results, and that's just an online version of what this API does. There's also this. So sentiment analysis actually isn't working on the website right now, which is unfortunate, but I figured I'd show you, yeah, it's like not working at all. But anyway, so we'll go to parallel dots right now, just so you can see what it's like to be there. So if I were to log in, you do have to make an account in order to access the API key to access this. I already have an account, so I already logged in. It gives you a certain amount of API hits, and then how many, like, over a month. So I have it free monthly, which gives you quite a few amount of hits. And then here you'd access your API key. And yeah, so this is what the actual account itself looks like. And once you get the API, you could just copy it to your clipboard and use it. You're not allowed to share the API, so I will not be sharing it. Yes, I don't need this. So I'm just going to drag this down after I do this. So since we have to actually be in our virtual environment, first I'm just going to go into the folder, but it doesn't really matter what you do the order in. In order to access your virtual environment, you have to create one, and you'd create one by doing virtual environment, then the thing you want to do. A lot of things on that online as well. So my virtual environment's right here. This is my Python. It's got a lot of information in my bin. So that's what essentially I'm going to be activating right now, because that's where all my libraries are installed, including the parallel dots library, which you have to install. You have to also install CS50 to make sure the get string works, but that's just the way I've made my program. So here we're in the virtual environment, and then if we actually do Python entry analyze.py, which is the Python file, and then finally entries.txt, which is the file I'll be analyzing. First thing it'll do is ask what's your API key, and so I'm just going to drag this down here and do it at the bottom so that it's not an issue, because I don't want to get in trouble. A second. Okay, cool. So we have that. Great. and then it's not going to really do much, so it's actually just going to give you, well, I cleared it, but yeah, it's just going to bring you back to that. The only thing is once you put the API key, it's going to do its work. And I don't know if you're paying attention, but right here popped up a file called entry_analysis.txt, which is what is created. Then we could click on that and bring that up here. So it's going to take all the entries I had here. So for example, the one on the 15th and then the one on the 16th. And it's going to give you the analysis that the emotion AI produced with the actual just dictionary. So it's going to give you all the results, but you could also delete that if you want. I just thought it would be nice to see an overview of like everything. And then it actually looks through all these results and tell you what the most abundant emotion was. So in this case it was sad, in this case it was happy. And then if you did more and more emotions, you'd get more and more results. And with what you do with that, you can reflect back and just see, understand yourself better. And that's really what I made this for. And I hope you enjoyed learning about my final project. It would be nice to continue working on this and kind of see if it could have some use. I might use it myself, just out of curiosity. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's 2 parts. Each part is separate in like how to use it, but they are both connected because this one uses the downloaded text file from the website to actually give you this analysis. And overall, I had a lot of fun making this. So looking forward to making more projects. See ya!